Welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you here. As today, I'm going to discuss something that I've talked a lot about in different ways. And I thought this would be something to share a little bit of how the mind and life and how really who's the controller of life and creating and all that fun stuff. You see, if you look at life, and you've heard me say this, I've said this in my books. If you've read my books, if you listen to this podcast and you've been following me for quite some time, you've heard me say this, the game called life, right? And in every game, there's rules, and every rules it allows for us to work into the system to play it and work with it in some way, shape, or form. And if you look at your life as not you, the actual the meat suit that you're in, but or part of, but the actual observer of the observer, okay, the soul or your true self, the essence of all things, right, the true self of who you are. That is the person playing the remote, okay, of this game. Okay. And each game has different rules, different lifestyles, different worlds, different universes, different all this. So there's all these different parameters of how this plays. So you might be like saying, where is he going with this? Trust me, it's going to be a very powerful message, but I may get your mind blown a little bit here, or just maybe open things up a little bit. So when you realize that the person playing the game has a gazillion things going on all at once, different lives, different lifestyles. So every time you come into a life, there's different parameters, different things. There's rules to this game called life being human being, right? There's rules to this, constructs to this that we agreed to be a part of, right? But if you go into another world, another universe, it's vastly different. And there's a whole set of rules there. And you play that game a certain way. And this is how these parameters work. And so what does this all mean to you? As just a person who has a career, a business owner, a chiropractor, how does this all play a role? And so the power behind this is that you have access to get to that remote to see, to play and control and do the moves that you want to do in this life. Okay. You are the one doing that. So if you played a video game, an RPG game, which is role playing games, or what I like to do is I play video games that are sport based, and I'll put myself in there and maybe some of my friends, and we'll create them, and then we'll see how they evolve as they go through the franchises and stuff. And it's fun. It's something that I just do for my pastime and just something to unwind and just be creative, be the kid that I am. I grew up playing video games, so it's just fun for me to just tap in and play a little bit. But it's one of those things I'm creating, right? But the thing is, the reason why I do that is because it's besides just an escape, but it's also what I do in my normal life. You see, you're always pressing the buttons every single day. No matter what happens, right? Like I'm playing a baseball game. The other team could hit a home run and I could have lost. And I could be like, oh, see, the world doesn't love me. Look, I didn't win that game, or whatever it may be. At the end of the day, I have a choice to react to that in a certain way. And how am I going to get better at that? What are the things I will do? How am I going to improve in that? Okay. These strategies I learned I implement more by playing video games. So that way, when I go ahead and play life, I can level up at that level to do the same thing. Because guess what? Life's not going to be nice. Life's going to challenge you. It's there to put pressure on you. It's there to pressure you to level up at every moment possible, because your soul, the one who really is playing the video game behind there, wants to gain experiences at all levels possible. Because everything that happens in life is good. There's nothing bad, because there's an experience and something that you learn from that process one way or another. In this lifetime, you're going to learn it, or when you leave this lifetime. But it's those kind of concepts. And when you start to realize that you are the one behind the remote, playing and controlling and consisting to choose what it is you desire and the ways you want to play things and how you're going to play it, this is a game changer. You're not a victim anymore. You can't give excuses anymore. You can't blame someone else in any way, shape, or form. The only person you can blame is yourself. Now, I don't want to get into the blame game, because that creates guilt and shame and all these lower vibrational emotional feelings. But the key factor of all that is this. When you play this game, right, you can say, well, hey, I need to learn from this. How do I get better, right? Because practice makes progress. Let's throw out the old word of practice makes perfect. Some people say practice makes permanence. I agree and disagree with that, because I really believe that you can't keep something permanent. The moment you stop practicing, it's no longer there. It's more about progress. How do you get better? Little increments at a time. The more you do something, the better you're going to get. The more the neural connectivity, the more the synapses in the brain, the more muscle memory responses that just become automatic. These things take time. Why? Because that's a part of the game. We're in the laws of the laws of gender. We are in the realm of physical matter. So there's time, space, continuums that play a role in things. There's physical laws that we have to abide to, because this is where we are. This is the game. It's not always going to be like this. I think there's going to come a time in humanity, and I hope to see it in my lifetime, where we break out of that. And quantum physics is just starting to show how we can do that, or the possibilities. And then once humans attach to that, learn about that, and start to attempt that, then we can shift gears. Just like the 4-minute mile was something that was crazy and never was done, and people almost died from that. And yet, all of a sudden, Roger Bannifield goes ahead and runs the 4-minute mile, breaks it. And now there's been over 25,000 high schoolers who have broken that and done that. And it was amazing how he did it. And all of a sudden, everyone else followed suit. And so it's that kind of perspective when you're looking at things. When your life, remember that you're the one on the remote playing and choosing the actions of who you want to be and how you're going to do it. I can go deeper into the soul aspect of how your soul chose the character to be in this life and all that stuff. That's a whole nother discussion. But it's one of the things that once you grasp this, you know how to take control of your life and have radical responsibility. And now once you step into that, now you become the captain of your ship. You step into the realm of where you were designed to be. And that is a creator. That is someone who gets to dictate and choose their life, choose the path, no matter what comes up. Don't let the circumstances define you. Too many times in life, I've seen too many times, it's heartbreaking for me. One of the gifts I have is I could see the potential in an individual, regardless if they can see it or not. I could feel where they can go. It's a feeling I've had when I was a kid, because it was very hard for me as a kid to understand, to see the potential of someone, but then not see the actions follow that. And I see that in many different ways. When I'm working with clients, I try to open that up to show what's possible, because if I can just do that, it's a game changer, right? And from that point, all of a sudden, you are now dictating your life, having the freedom you want and choosing where you want to go in your life. That's how powerful this stuff is. And sometimes, you need a coach to help you in that process. It's sometimes in life we're like, oh, cool, I'm going to learn. I'm going to keep grasping information. Well, information is great to a certain point. You got to add experience to it. And then a coach helps shorten up the time frame and help you gain deeper knowledge and help you with your blind spots. And that's the key process of knowing that you are behind there, making the choices to choose where you want to go, how you want to do it, and so much more. And once you step into that, it's a game changer for your life. And that's the freedom. Now you're living your path, your truth. And if you can tie that to your vision, your soul's purpose, and so much more, to me and all that I've done, that is true fulfillment. That is true freedom. And you'll never have a regret. You can't have a regret if you're living your purpose and living your life the way that's designed to, and you're living your soul's purpose. There's no regret there. Sometimes people say, wow, you wish you did this when you were younger. You wish you did that when you were younger. No, I don't, because those experiences got me to where I am today. And then some people say, well, don't you wish that back in the day you would have put more energy here, put more energy there? I could, but here's the thing. If I show up every day trying to be my best, and that's all I do is give my 100% effort of being my best and just slowly grinding out little at a time, building up to what I want to create, then how can I have regret if I gave it my all? Yeah, I could look at things and say, I should have did this instead of this. I should have done this. I should have done that. But you know what, though? At the end of the day, as long as you put your effort in, that's all that matters. And know that you are behind playing the remote, controlling whatever game you're playing, making the choices every single step of the way, tying your vision of what you want to do in that game, being crystal clear with it, is what's going to align you to have massive success in your life. And so that's what I got for you guys today. If you need help with this, if you're listening to this and this message really resonates with you, DM me on social media, send me an email at drvic@empoweryourreality.com, and let's have a conversation. Just say, hey, love to dive deeper, love to know more about being. You can just put the name in there, remote control. Okay, that's all you have to do. Type in remote control in the DM or email me. We can take that conversation from there. Appreciate you as always. If this is your first time tuning in, please follow, like, share, and also share a review. Let us know what you about this, what you like about the podcast. And also, if you've been a subscriber and follower, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys as always. I look forward to chatting with y'all next week.